Hi guys! So I wanted to make a quick video to show you how I personally do some of my samples. I know that everybody kind of has their own way of doing samples. I have several different kinds to show you. When I first started, I didn't have a lot of wax on hand, and I didn't have mold yet, and I didn't have anything to do my samples with. So I did use what my favorite scent was, and this is I know it's really hard to see. Let me take it out of here. These are, which I made these in March, and they still smell really good. So these are felt samples, and what I did was I bought just a white piece of felt at Walmart for like, a couple cents. And I cut it into squares or rectangles. And then what I did was I just took tweezers and I would dip it into the wax, not like overly soaking it, but I would then lay them out to dry on wax paper. And then as you can see, they stay pretty hard. And the best thing about these is if you're mailing them throughout the U.S. Or wherever you live, when they start to melt, it will reabsorb. So these don't cause a huge mess. Excuse my baby dogs. They're having a bit much fun. So that was one way. And then because I personally had a little bit of extra money when I started, I happened to find another consultant that had a ton of testers that she didn't want, and so of the mini testers like this size. So what I did was I bought little baggies just like this, and I put the mini testers in here. And then at the time I had printed off a template, which I have here, that had my information on it. And what I did was I put, this scent is currently discontinued. Please check my website or contact me to find out about certain scent or current scents. And then I put all of my contact info. So what I ended up doing, because I loved that idea so much, which I still have a ton of the little testers that I will need to start, getting rid of now. But so my personal business cards, this side just says hello, and then the other side I put, Scentsy and my title, which this is outdated. I need to change that. And I put my phone number, and then I put my website on here. So I also made, so those were for any sample testers I had like this, or felt samples that I had that were current scents. I would just staple that to it. So what I ended up doing was I had the same concept, except for these are purple and striped. And I put my info on the other side, but I also added, let's just take my phone number off of here for now. But what I did was I can't really see that. Okay, well, it's got my name, my website, my title, my phone number, and my email on here. And then on the back, I put, about your sample. This scent has been discontinued. Contact me to learn about our current scents and specials. So I put that on the back. So when I would staple it, which I have my handy stapler right here. So when I staple it, I would put that on the outside. So that's, really what they see. And then on this side, you'll see the scent and the scent name. And then all my info is right underneath it. So that was one option that I had. And then another option I had, quite a few of these. So I've been testing out different molds that I liked, or different scents. Just trying to see if I had a little different. So one of the ones that I really loved was a white plastic mold that I got at Hobby Lobby. And it's in the shape of stars. I'm going to take these out so you guys can really see them without having to see the bag. So I bought the stars, and I thought, well, this will be perfect. Some of the Scentsy logos have stars, whatever. kind of hard to show you guys. Okay, so I did these stars. They're not super thick. So I generally would put 2 in one little baggie. And these I just do in all different scents. So whatever I found, whatever sells very well in my area, I tend to melt down and make samples like this for. And then just so I knew the difference, which I would have from the color anyways, but just so I knew the difference, this one smells so good, guys. So this is the men's scents, and I did buttons instead. So there's 3 different size buttons in here that I did. This is Mystery Man scent, by the way. That's what I'm just like lusting over. It smells like cologne, and it is the most heavenly smell ever. I absolutely recommend this. It's definitely one of my favorites. Hence why I put this in here, because I also sell a lot of this in my area. And it's one of my favorite go-tos for the guys that say, oh, well, Scentsy's for women. It's absolutely not. We have something for everybody. So this is what I do my samples like. And obviously for these, this is a current scent. So I would just put one of my business cards on here. And I'm still working with different ways that I'd like to kind of, you know, jazz it up a little bit. Let me grab one other thing. Okay, so this is another thing that I did. I have a lot of doctor's offices, dentist office, and in my area, and I know a lot of people that work at those places. So what I decided to do was I recycled the April Scent of the Month flyers, and the way that I did that is I folded them up here. I'll totally make a video at some point showing how I did these. And then right on the inside, which I've stapled it so it doesn't come out, I put my sample and then my business card. And the back is really cute too, because it shows you what that scent was. And then it's just, you know, got this. And I did several different versions. So like this one, I did my card on the outside, and the scent is right on the inside. So you can fold them however you want. I just kind of messed with it till I did it. And then on the outside of the bag, I used the front because I thought the Reimagine one was really, really cute. So I just kind of did the front like this. And then I have my card on the back. And generally, if it doesn't come up this high, I'll put some ribbon here, you know, make it really cutesy. And then I also add, and you can see this is pretty full, I also add product list in here. And every sample has my business card on it, so there's plenty. So I drop these off at doctor's offices, dentist offices, just for the employees. If they'll put it out on their counters, awesome. But this one, just I wrote up here, please take a free sample. So I'll typically do this. And if it's an office that I make sales from, or you know, I really do have some interest, I'll typically bring samples back, you know, at least in a couple months or so. But these have all really worked well for me. So I've always just kind of, you know, if something works for you, you stick with it. So I'll try to make that as short as I can. That's how I do my samples. I'll definitely make some videos showing you how I make the actual star samples and how I fold up my Scent of the Month flyers so that you can see that too. All right, bye guys. Have a great day.